Well. Welcome, one and all. It's your Uncle Blade has called you to attendance today because I have a very special guest, a cherished friend of several decades of my life. Okay, we grew up together. We've raised cats together. Tony Montoya is my guest today. And, Tony, welcome to Sit Down, Shut Up, Mark Out. We're doing a little bonus content for the people. And part of the reason that I brought you here is because you know how obsessed I am with wrestling. And I know...
Oh, and you know how I, sometimes watch it.
Yeah, but, sometimes, like AEW, you're watching it all the time, like the Sickos, the Freaks.
Oh, I was watching it when it first came out, but it changed channels, and I stopped watching AEW. And then I started watching Raw. It popped up on Netflix. I was like, this is easy. So I just clicked on to Netflix. Pretty good stuff going on.
So,
it was a lot of fun.
What the fuck? Hold on. It changed channels, and you just stopped watching it?
Yeah, my phone was being finicky. I couldn't get it to cast and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'll watch Downton Abbey again,
You're watching Downton Abbey instead of watching Dynamite.
I mean, they're both kind of like, comfort food shows. You know what I mean?
Okay. And then and you're watching Raw on Netflix.
Yeah. It pops right up. You can click it and it's good stuff, man. The production is really nice on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Oh, it's pro wrestling. It's your basic morality tales. Good versus evil. And it's simple stories, and simple stories are awesome. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They get right to the heart of things, and that's what I really like about it. Love the characters too.
Do you like constant replays telling you what happened 5 minutes ago? Is that like a big...
Well, yeah, I only pop in like once or twice a month. So it helps me a lot catch up with what's been going on. That way I don't have to watch every episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
But every once in a while, there's a snoozer of a match that's kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, just need to fast forward through this one, get to the good stuff. That's why I never watch pro wrestling live, actually.
Oh, because you don't want to be bored by the matches.
Yeah, I mean, there's different levels to the game, and like the Young Bucks, they have to go out there and learn how to do everything. They have to get stage time and whatnot, and we have to sit through it.
So you're saying that the Young Bucks don't know how to work, is what you're saying?
Oh, is that a tag team or something, or is that a faction?
You had
I was
said...
just talking about Young Bucks, younger wrestlers, like the newer guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got it. Okay, got it.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
Oh, awesome! I have to check them out.
Well, you might not be able to because it's on TBS. So if it's Did you lose the remote to the TV or something?
No, I'm just going to type it into YouTube and look up the highlights. That way I'll get the gist of what's going on with the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, this is cool, man. They're pretty good. I'm going to have to watch more of these highlights, dude.
Yeah, you should. You should watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you tune into the show, they're not going to, tell you everything that just happened 1 minute previously. They're not going to show you endless replays of that and take up half the show with replays.
So
probably good to do your research on YouTube.
Yeah. Do they put out YouTube videos to recap stuff for you so you can catch up?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to see what's going on.
Yeah, they do. So what, Tony, we have raised cats together. I thought that you and I we're on the same page here. When I asked you, hey, do you want to be on my wrestling podcast? And you were like, yeah, I assume that was because you still were a wrestling freak.
Well, and you said you would let me produce the show, and I need the editing experience. I want to get that editing job.
Yeah.
I mean, I work as a writer and stuff. That just doesn't really pay the bills. So, like, I need to get some editing gigs, and this would really bust up my resume. And thank you again for this, man. This is going to help out.
Yeah. You know, on that editing thing, I was thinking I would edit this first episode, and then we'll let you kind of get into that, you know, as we go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You can video call me and just walk me through it, and then I can like take over.
Yeah. We'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, Tony, we've raised cats together. We hung out as children all the time.
Yeah.
You know, we passed out on lawns together.
Yeah.
Due to heat exhaustion.
That'll happen.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up fast and loose and rough and rugged.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched a lot of pro wrestling together. But let's just pretend.
Oh, yeah, those were fun sleepovers.
Right. And let's just let's pretend the audience doesn't know how you got into pro wrestling. You know, I know that. How you got into it, and like who your favorites are, you know, what kind of things you were into that made you love pro wrestling.
Oh, well, I got into pro wrestling. Grew up and you know, you're around it. You know what I mean? Wrestling's there. You kind of get it tangentially through school and stuff. And it wasn't actually until started playing some of the wrestling video games I really started getting into it. And then
do you remember what video game it was that you were playing that got you into it?
Oh, it was the one that came out in like, I don't know, 2001 or something like that, you know?
WWE No Mercy.
Yeah, something like, yeah, probably. It's pretty good. And
that was a damn good game.
Yeah. And what really got me into it was I started watching Tough Enough. And I was just fascinated by it. It was the first time I found out who Al Snow was. He's awesome, man. Have you seen some of his matches? Oh, yeah, we've watched a couple of them, haven't we? Yeah. But he's awesome.
Dozens.
And so I got into,
we watched dozens of them. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the head guy.
I didn't know it was Al Snow, though. I just remember, you know, he had the heads and thing like that. You know, he wanted head. So.
Yeah. And then
and then that's when I really started to get into it, and you know, staying up for the pay-per-views, and you know, really getting into the whole thing. Actually, that was when Evolution was just coming out, and I was kind of like, man, Randy Orton and Batista are kind of rough. Kind of like what I was talking about, you know, the Young Bucks earlier. They were new to the game, and they got good fast.
Yeah, they did. That's true. So who would you say was your favorite wrestler or is your favorite wrestler?
It's a toss-up. Stone Cold Steve Austin has become more and more my favorite wrestler as I've worked more and more blue-collar jobs to make ends meet. It really resonates with me.
Because you want to beat the shit out of your boss.
Oh, yeah. And I often have.
Bailed you out of jail a few times.
It's like disappointing. That too. But yeah, The Rock is, of course, amazing. I got really into my favorite for a while was actually AJ Styles when he was in TNA. I got disillusioned with WWE for a while and only watched TNA, which was fun. It was like, all matches, no storyline. Let's go. Bad and good.
Well, TNA did have some storylines. They just were pretty bad.
Yeah, they kind of happened, you know. It was kind of like every other week. It was like AJ Styles would fight Samoa Joe and have a rivalry,
Mm-hmm.
and then it would be Chris Angel and stuff. That was when, like, I
You
guess
mean
Chris Angel
Christopher
would have his.
Daniels? Christopher
Oh
Daniels.
yeah, Christopher Daniels. Wasn't he like what was his gimmick? He was Fallen
He
Angel,
was the
right?
fallen angel. Yeah. He just
Yeah, yeah,
retired.
yeah.
He just retired.
hmm Yeah, I saw. I heard about that. That's crazy. But he was pretty awesome back in the day. But it was just like, yeah, those were the top three that were always going around. And then
Mm-hmm.
Christian jumped in for a while. That was pretty cool,
Yeah.
actually. I think you really saw that WWE was not using him at all, like they should have, because he was definitely ready for the main event. You know what I mean? To be the guy.
He still is a main eventer. I mean, to this day in AEW, he is one of the best heels in the history of wrestling, I would say.
He's in AEW? Holy crap. Let me look. Dude, you know Edge is in AEW?
Yes.
Holy shit. I might have to check it out.
Except you can't call him Edge. You have to call him Cope.
Cope. Oh.
His name's Adam Copeland, but he wants to be called Cope.
Yeah. I thought he was just like coping with his new haircut.
That's something he should probably start coping with. Yes. I propose that they call him Ledge because Edge and Ledge are not super far apart. I was rejected. That idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, they don't understand good writing anymore.
I know. They don't. They don't. And the thing is they just auto reply to all my emails. They don't even. It's like they're not even reading them.
See that? See, I'm gonna have to talk with whoever's in what you call it. Is that HR? Is that management? What part of
HR would mean I'm employed there. So despite how many times I've told them I'm employed there, they don't believe me.
Did you wear a lab coat?
Dude, yeah. Yeah. Like a fucking lab coat is how you fucking just look like you know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah. Were you carrying a clipboard?
No, I forgot the clipboard.
You have to have a clipboard.
Dude, what am I complaining about? I didn't have a lab coat or a clipboard.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. All right. Well, what maybe are some of your favorite matches, I guess?
Oh, I was actually thinking about this because I couldn't find it on YouTube, but there was I think this was, can't remember what pay-per-view it was, but it was Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh, okay.
And it was the first like modern like clinch chain wrestling match that I had actually seen, and not something that like Shawn Michaels I think is known for.
Right, right, where he could hang kind of at Angle's level. That was a WrestleMania match, and then they did it again on another pay-per-view like a month later.
Yeah. But I think I remember I've been like, man, no punches have been thrown in like a while, but I am transfixed by them just like going back and forth in positions.
Got a different question for
really
you.
Good.
Different question.
Yeah.
Did you think Shawn Michaels was a sexy boy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got two eyes and a heart, don't I?
Do. I mean, we all do, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because Shawn actually looks like a broken down thumb now. He's bald.
Yeah.
And he looks old as shit.
The hair is, the hair, it's not, it ran away.
The hair, yeah. It did. It did. His, in the 90s, he had that glorious mullet, glorious mullet. And then it's all left him. It's all left him. Yeah. And now he's a cross-eyed bald weirdo.
This is what happens when, you are putting too much product and dyeing your hair too many times. And I mean, I don't know if he was using some performance enhancing drugs or not.
No,
but
perish the thought.
Yeah. But statistically speaking, if you were a wrestler in the 80s, I think the betting odds are just say they were, and you're usually winning the bet.
Yeah. Shawn actually has a pretty famous drug history. So,
yeah.
I'm sure the cocaine, was flowing
Hmm.
freely.
Yeah, no, and if you want to keep, he was never like a giant guy, but he still has a lot of muscle,
He
compared to
bulked
a
up
regular
quite a lot
human.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, but to keep that on while you're doing cocaine, you
Yeah.
need a lot of help. Uh, you need a lot of help, so who knows? But that does it for your hair as well. That's what they really brought it up.
Well, that's right. Steroids will do that to your hair. Now, so I feel like this is a good spot for us to call this an episode. Okay.
All
For
right.
now. So, a couple of things we've established. You don't watch wrestling constantly.
Nah.
You're not a sicko, an AEW sicko. You stopped watching AEW because they changed channels.
I think so. I might have got a new cable provider and couldn't find it. I don't know.
Hmm.
I got that YouTube TV thing. You can
Oh.
talk to it.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty
Oh, so
cool.
you couldn't just tell it AEW and it couldn't find it for you?
I don't know.
Have you thought to do that? Have you thought to do that?
No, it just hears me with an accent or something like that. It doesn't like me when I talk to it,
Okay.
Then I
Right.
have to type it out.
You know,
The letters are far apart.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, the A and the E are close, but the W, that's pretty far.
it's all the way over there.
Yeah, it's all the way over there. Like how could you, why would you? Okay.
Yeah, and then Netflix, you just press Raw because it's right next to. It's like what you'd like to watch next thing.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. And then we've also established that Shawn Michaels is a steroid user.
I mean,
Allegedly.
I would,
Allegedly.
yeah.
He
I mean,
was a steroid user.
yeah.
Allegedly.
I'd be willing to bet $10 on that.
I'd be willing to bet $10, but I think we'd both be betting
Yeah.
the same thing. So I don't think
Yeah,
either one
so
of
we
us
can-
could win any money because we just get our money back without losing any money.
All right, so just got to type in that I won $10 today gambling.
Let's see.
I'm gonna
Okay.
track my finances.
Well, Tony, let's do this again next week, eh? And we'll give this a
Mhm.
shot. You are clearly a wealth of knowledge and information. I'm not sure it's about pro wrestling, but it's about something, and we'll find out what it is next week.
And next week, I'll be editing that episode. Let me know how I do, guys.